Hi, grade 3 readers. This is Ms. Puzio, and for this student-facing video, we are in Module 6, Lesson 6, and we are focusing on animal behaviors. Our focus question is, what behaviors helps animals survive? So our lesson objective is to answer questions and discuss meanings to develop vocabulary, and we're just going to quickly introduce some critical vocabulary. So we are going to really focus today on the new text, the Nose Awards, and we're going to first explore some words we're going to encounter in the text. So exploring these words are going to help us understand the information we are learning in the text. So the first word is keener. If an animal's senses are keener, they are better, sharper, or more developed. Rabbits need keener senses than some other animals because they have many enemies. Nostrils. Nostrils are openings in a nose that take in air for breathing or smelling. My cat's nostrils quivered as she smelled the tuna. And trumpet. If you trumpet a message, you say it loudly and forcefully. The principal must trumpet her announcement over the students' chatter. So check for understanding. So take a minute, pause this video, and practice using these words some more on your own before we move on. So really the big focus of this video is central idea. And today's focus question is, how can you figure out the central idea of a text? So recognizing the central idea or main ideas of a text, identify the supporting evidence for the central ideas, evaluating details to determine the key ideas that support the central ideas. So we're going to focus on what is a central idea. We're going to read aloud the Nose Awards, and then you're going to engage in some independent reading. So today I really want to focus on just generally finding the main idea of the whole passage. Sometimes we focus in on the main idea of certain paragraphs, but I want to get just the basic main or central idea of the whole passage first, so we get a general understanding of the whole passage. So the Nose Awards is a magazine article. Let's learn about magazine articles before we start reading. Magazine articles give information about a topic related to the publication's issue that includes visuals such as photographs, illustrations, maps, and diagrams. And science-based articles include words that are specific to the topic. Authors of magazine articles may organize ideas using headings and subheadings and write around a central or main idea. So today we start reading the Nose Awards. The topic of this article is animal noses. When we read this article, we will learn about the topic animal noses and try to learn what the author is teaching us about animal noses. We will need to read and understand the central idea of this text, the big idea. So what is the central idea? A central idea is what the text is mostly about, the most important thing that the author wants us to really take away from the text. So how do we find the central idea? We notice clues, we think about the facts and details the author chooses to share with the reader. So let's use the central idea chart to learn about finding the central idea of a text. We look for text clues, headings, visuals, first or last sentence, repeated words, the title. We evaluate details to determine the key ideas that support the central idea, examples, facts, evidence, description, and this central idea is held up by key details that support it. So today we will do a close read and pay attention to the clues that will help us understand the central idea of the article. We will notice clues, we think about the facts and details that the author chooses to share with the reader. So what I want you to do really quickly is just write or draw everything you remember about main or central idea, just to do a little quick check. So pause this video and just think about anything you remember from what we just learned. Ask yourself, what does the author want me to know about the topic? What do the repeating words or phrases have in common? So these are things to keep in mind as we are reading the Nose Awards. Quick hints, aka also known as the main idea. Sometimes it can be found at the beginning or the end of the text. Really think about what is the topic of the text. Think about the repeating words or phrases. Ask yourself, what do the repeating words have in common? What does the author want you to learn? What is the author trying to teach us? So let's do a quick little mini lesson here. I have given you a tree map with 3 pictures of animals. What main or central idea could be written at the top of this tree map? So think of these as 3 supporting details. What central idea would you write at the top of this tree map? Pause the video and think about it. Well, let's think about some answers that we could put together. These could all be animals that live in the Arctic, animals that could use white camouflage to help them survive. Okay, animals that live in cold temperatures, animals that have white white outer fur or white feathers. Okay, animals that live in cold surroundings. These are all different types of main or central ideas that connect all three of these details or pictures. So I really want you to take that and really think about how we just connected everything here. And that's what we're looking for, the things that connect across the text. So what I've done is I've split apart everything in the Nose Awards to really help us truly understand and break apart the passage. So as we read through it, we're going to just quickly write down the who and the what and just a little bit of what we learned in the passage together. Okay, so let's look at the title, the Nose Awards. What does the title tell us? So let's think about it. What does a nose do? Let's think about this. Noses are used to smell, right? That's what we always think for ourselves, right? And then think, what is an award? So think about that for a second. An award is something we get when we achieve something or we are good at something. So that tells me that this is going to be about animals who deserve awards for having really awesome noses. Okay, let's think here. Who and what is this page about? What animal has the most magnificent nose? Most people would say the elephant. An elephant uses its long nose called the trunk to breathe and smell. It also uses its nose to eat, drink, bathe, bellow, and more. Other animals have nifty noses too. Here we present the Ellie, our very own nose award, to some of our favorite noses. Best smeller. Elephants wave their long trunks back and forth, constantly checking the smells in every direction. They have a great sense of smell and they can pick up scents from several miles away. So really quickly, I'm not going to go through every single page, but I want to show you what we're doing here. We're going to do the who and the what of every page. Here we learned about elephants. And what was it about? The things that they could do with their nose. What can they do with their nose? What's the great thing that they could do with their nose? Well, they can eat, drink, breathe, smell, pick up scents from several miles away. Okay, so this page was about elephants. Now, the entire passage might not be about elephants, but this is going to help us figure out the main idea. Let's go to another page. These animals also deserve Ellies for their super smelling skills. I notice something is repeating. This is all about animals smelling. People mostly use their eyes to learn about the world. Dogs use their noses, so dogs here. You might be able to see and count the petals on a flower. A dog can smell which petals were touched by a person or an insect how long ago. So dogs can use their noses to smell which petals were touched by someone or something a long time ago. Interesting. A bear's sense of smell is even keener. Bears have poor eyesight, but they could smell food from miles away. So bears can smell food from miles away. They can even smell food buried or packed inside. They can even smell food buried or packed inside a can. So this is something that we're really seeing here. We learned about elephants, what they can do with their nose, dogs, what they can do with their nose. So what I want you to do is to continue on your own and see what snakes and the other animals mentioned in the passage can do with their magnificent noses. Then I put a tree map for you here, and I want you to figure out the main idea or the central idea of the whole passage. What was the author really trying to teach you about this entire passage here? Okay, and go back and use these little scaffolds that I've put for you to help support you.